Hey everybody. This thing takes like 5 seconds to let me know that I'm live. What's up? Hope you guys... I hope you guys have a great weekend with your family, your friends, your loved ones, or completely alone wherever you live. How many of you guys are alone in this world? There's a new feature here called Dual Stream. Automatically generate a vertical cropped version of the Shorts feed. Man, YouTube has been trying to compete against TikTok hardcore in the past few years. They really want you to make shorts. They really want you to go live in shorts. They really want you to use your goddamn phones like computers. No, fuck computers. Sure, no, that's the present. It's the present already. It has been the present for a while. TikTok. I'm still on TikTok, believe it or not. Oh, fuck. Speaking about phones, I need a new one. You guys can do a super chat to donate for my phone. I'm gonna Kickstarter phone. The Kickstarter is gonna be called... It's gonna be called Help Erick Landon Get a New Phone. Imagine that. Do people really have the nerve to do that? I mean, are there really people out there who do that kind of shit? Help me buy a new phone. Help me buy a new whatever, you know. I don't need a goddamn phone. Hey, what's up, guys? RPG man. I'm the RPG man. Of course I am. So today's gonna be one of those request your song. I'm just that. You people know what the fuck this is already, and if you don't, then ask. Somebody's gonna answer, or I'll gladly answer. You wanna hear a song? Let me know. If you wanna, whatever, you know, as long as it doesn't have copyright. But if it has copyright, I'll let you know. And if you still really wanna hear it, super chat. This is a business, goddammit. It is a business. Now, in all seriousness, it is a business. It is a business. Let me put something else while somebody decides what they want to hear. How about, I don't know. How about the... I'll just put whatever, you know. This. And there you go. So, January. What a horrible month, right? Do you guys have in your country like some kind of saying about January? We do here in Mexico. I don't even know how to translate it though to English. It's pretty much, you know, the something like the downward spiral of January. I made that up. Now we do have a saying here. Everybody knows that January is basically the worst month of the year when it comes to business. Most businesses, the only businesses that benefit from January are schools, because it's the month where most people go back to schools. In some countries, you know, or in some cities, or hell, in some schools. You know, there are schools here in my city where students don't go back until the end of the month. But most of them go back mid-January, you know, or the second week of January. You know, so libraries, you know, bookstores, stuff like that. Schools, they benefit a lot, but everybody else gets fucked in the ass. Cynical Terry says February is bad too. Why? Why do you despise February? It's the month of love, man. It's the month of love. It's Valentine's month. You despise it because you're alone like me? Yeah, I know the feel, bro. February is too short. Oh, so you want your months to be longer. Why? You know, I'm a YouTuber, right? So I should fucking hate February because I'm making 3 days less in revenue, right? I should fucking hate it. Sure, I'll admit, you know, it's not one of the best months of the year for me. I don't know about other YouTubers. I guess it all depends, you know, if you... I have, for example, you know, I have had good months, good Februarys and good Januarys, but also bad. January is usually bad. The only good January that I remember in my life is 3 years ago when I did a top 10 that I'm sure you guys remember called Top 10 Mature Rated JRPGs, which went viral throughout the month of January and February. So of course, you know, that was my best January ever, but it's always, since the beginning of my YouTube career, January has always been bad. And February, it's not as bad, it's okay, you know, but we are missing like a couple of days, right? It's 28 days instead of 30 or 31. So it's 2 or 3 days less of revenue for us. Less money! It always seems to be even colder. Oh yeah, for when I was living in Canada. I mean, that's not the case here in Mexico. Usually the winter starts at the end of December, like in everywhere else. But we start getting these really low temperatures like mid-January. Like every fucking year is the same. December starts and it's just warm. It's just whatever here where I live, you know. I don't know where you guys live. It's probably different. And near the end of December, like Christmas season, you know, we start getting these cold breezes, you know, but just a little bit. And then at the beginning of January, it goes back to warm for some reason. And then mid-January, which is right fucking now, it starts freezing. Right now, it's been freezing the entire week. Like really cold here. And it's going to stay this way until mid-February. Mid-February, it starts going back to normal. So in reality, in my city, where I live, we only get like 1 month of winter. 30 days, 4, maybe 5 weeks and max, and that's it. But when I was living in Canada, I do remember that January and February, both of them, no difference whatsoever. It's like the same fucking month multiplied by 2, you know, like the same. Below 0 degrees, it was fucking horrendous, you know. But I love that because, well, you gotta understand, I live in Mexico. I've lived my whole life here, so everybody I met in Canada was bitching about it, hated passionately January and February, and I was like super happy. Sure, I couldn't go out because it was just insane. You needed to put a bunch of layers of clothes, you know, or like huge coats and shit, you know, and it was still a pain in the ass to walk to the store. But I loved it, and I miss it. It's been over 5 years since I came back from Canada, and I miss it a lot. I miss the cold, the harsh cold, seeing the snow through my window, you know, I miss that. And when I was in England, I know Terry's from England. When I was living in England, it was kind of the same, you know, both January and February, you know, because I lived from January 2017 all the way to May, end of May of 2017, 5 months. In January and February were cold, super cold, but not as cold as Canada cold, in my experience. So yeah, too bad you hate February, man. It's too bad. Thank you very much for the super chat, KM King 2000. I have been playing the Kemco RPG Cross Tales at your recommendation, and I am loving it. I would love more recommendations of new tactical games, please. What? Well, okay, I just released a video called the Top 30 Hardest Turn-Based Action Strategy. You're gonna get 10 solid recommendations. Nah, you're not. There are some bad games in there, in that video. Some stinkers, like fucking Natural Doctrine. If you're looking for like obscure strategy RPGs, I did a video about a year ago called precisely that, Top 10 Obscure Strategy RPGs Worth Checking Out. I don't remember if I put Cross Tales in there. That's a good game. It's one of the Kemco's best RPGs. Monochrome Order is a bit better, but that's not a strategy RPG. Dare I say, Cross Tales is probably the best strategy RPG by Kemco that I've played. Though let's face it, that's not saying much. It's not like it's a 9 out of 10 game. It's probably just like an 8.2 or something. But it's a good one. I'm glad you're enjoying it. But yeah, if you want more obscure strategy RPGs recommendations, this is the best channel you're gonna find out there on the internet. Everybody knows that. And yeah, check out that video. 10 rock solid recommendations for strategy RPGs. Off the top of my head, I can't stress out the usual strategy RPG franchise that I always recommend, obscure, and that's Grow Lancer. But if you're looking for tactics, as in grid-based tactics, you know, watch that video. It's a good one. So it's a request your song stream. Nobody gives a shit, so okay, doesn't matter. I'll keep playing songs. My own damn songs! I request Nuclear Fusion from Trials of Mana Remake. I'm about to release a review of this game, so it fits. But if you guys want to hear anything, a song from a game, you know the drill at this point. I don't need to explain it, but for the people who are new, basically you ask me to play a song from a video game, and if it has copyright, I'll let you know. If it doesn't, then I'll just play it. Or if you want your song to take priority, do a super chat like Kevin King here. I just noticed that you're Kevin, man. Like, who is this KM King 2000? Who the fuck is that guy? That's a new guy. And I just saw your picture and I was like, oh, that's Kevin. It's Kevin. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Ryan? What is your favorite Atelier game? Man, I always choose the Iris trilogy, especially the first 2 games. Those are my favorites. Like, I know probably other Atelier games are better games, but man, I have a lot of nostalgia for those, especially the second one. The Ass of Destiny. It's called the Ass of Destiny. Atelier. It is pronounced Atelier, not Atelier. Atelier Iris 2! The Ass of Destiny! That's my favorite. Would you count Ark Twilight of the Spirits, Ark the Lab, as a strategy RPG? Yeah, it is. It is a strategy. It isn't like grid-based tactics, you know, but it is a strategy RPG. Mana Kemia games are great, especially the OST. Ooh, yeah. I remember ranking those games at 8 point something in my blog, probably because of the music. Will you play East 10 Proud Nordics? Nah. I played the original, great game. I thought I was gonna hate it because of the bullshit localization, but surprisingly, Miss America kind of left it alone. Or it didn't change much. I mean, it's definitely altered, you know, but no bullshit like in the Daybreak trilogy, which is horrendous, by the way. So I'm surprised that I really liked East 10, you know? Like, is it one of the best East games? No, but it's not one of the worst. It's like in the middle. I'm saying that because I did a video a long time ago. That was like, 5 years ago. It's a really successful video. 130,000 views, you know, which is a lot for my channel. It's like a 5-6-year-old video. East ranked from worst to best. And all the East games are there, with the exception of 9 and 10. I'm gonna wait for 11 to come out. Once 11 comes out, I'll probably remake the video. Because right now I'm not gonna remake the video for 2 games. But Proud Nordics is like Atlus's Persona 5 Royal, you know, or SMT5 Vengeance. Is like, I don't care. I'm not gonna play it. Or I'll play it when it's like $10, 50 years from now. Anyway, so yeah, good game, but it's not amongst my favorites, you know. Well, I'm surprised. Usually, when I do these request your song streams, there's a lot of people asking for songs. Nobody gives a shit right now. They're like, my song probably has copyright, and he's gonna say no, so what's the point? You're right. I don't blame you. It's just fucking copyright claim apocalypse that's been happening for the past few years. It's insane. How about this one? You feel like the Atelier combat is ruined in the later entries? Well, to each their own. I think it actually improved with some entries, you know. I mean, sure, if you play Rorona, the combat versus the Iris trilogy, like the Iris is better. But man, the combat in Shally, the combat in Eska and Logi, or even Risa, you know, I think it's more engaging, more fun. One of the best combat is the Sophie duology. Sophie 2 is like, I'm not sure if I recommend that game. I did a video about it. I did a top 10 last year and I recommended the game and I was like, has a lot of political issues, if you catch my drift. Not too many though. But that's when Koei Tecmo, Ghost and Koei Tecmo started saying, let's go progressive, yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about that. So, I feel like there's a lot of Atelier games. Like, okay, so right now, if you ask me what's the best combat in the Atelier series, I will probably pick Shally. It's that fucking good. A lot of people would say Risa just because of its popularity, or Yumiya. I'm not sure. I have mixed feelings about the Yumiya battle system. You know, it's like a mix between action and turn-based, and I don't know, man. I didn't like it. I ranted about it. You know, Risa. Everybody's gonna say Risa because it's kind of like real time, kind of like the old Final Fantasy games, where the enemy wasn't gonna wait for you to choose your turn. It was just constantly attacking you until you chose and made your fucking mind up. So Risa's a good one, but I'm gonna stick to my guns with Shally. Yeah. Lulua is actually pretty decent, you know. You just beat Soul Nomad and the War Leaders. You're gonna try the New Game Plus on the Dark route. You know, that's a game that it could have easily benefited from starting a brand new playthrough with either route, like letting you choose at the beginning. But it's one of those games you have to beat it once to unlock the Dark route, which is probably more fun. I never beat it. I never beat Soul Nomad. It got to a point where it was just fucking ridiculous for me. And I think I fucked up in something. That was years ago. I made it really far though. But I never beat it. That's a good game. Do you recommend Glory of Heracles on NES? Yeah, that's a good game. It has some difficulty spikes though, nasty. And you're gonna be like, man, they're probably gonna turn you off. But stick to it, it's a good game, I recommend it. It's a good one. It's part of a franchise. It's like a franchise of like 5 or 6 games, and that's the only one we've ever got. But it's a good one. I like the combat in that game, it's pretty fun. But it forces you to use a stylus. I have played the game live, you know, but it's really hard to play it live on an emulator because of the stylus. Melody of Water is the guide in Spiritual Mist. You want that you're asking me to play? Is that a song? Or what are you trying to say? Fuck. What are your thoughts on that today's era is all about AI, and do you think it's a good thing for us common folks? Like everything, man, like mostly everything, it's good and bad. There are some good things and bad things about it. I think it's gonna make several technological things easier. Things that were a pain in the ass to do before, or super hard, or troublesome, or, you know, annoying, are gonna be way easier and more practical. But then again, artistically speaking and creatively speaking, it's gonna be very hollow and shallow. And, you know, when it comes to art, as an artist myself, I'm kind of against it. But for like an everyday life, you know, it's probably gonna have its ups and downs. Well, we all go, machines are gonna turn on us at some point. And it's gonna be Terminator, Matrix here, and it's all gonna go to hell, so live your life as fulfilling as you can before that happens. Happy New Year to you too, Leo. I don't know, I didn't like Yumiya, man. It's woke, so I practically ditched the game after a few hours. There we go, The Legend of Dragoon. This is a request your song, guys. If you want to hear a song from a video game, let me know and I'll play it. Like, for example, in terms of JRPGs or video games in general, I think AI is just gonna fuck it up. A couple of days ago, I did a live stream on Twitch. I'll upload the live stream on my YouTube channel probably in a few weeks. But I played a fan translation of a game called Shining Arc. And the entire script, the entire translation was machine translated. Basically AI translated, you know? And it's pretty fucking bad. But that was a translation that was done like several years ago. If it was done nowadays, with how AI translations and translators have progressed and improved, I think it would have been better, but still a bit troublesome. See, most AI software out there is handled by human beings who have different views, world views, let's leave it at that. And of course they're going to manipulate the AI into injecting those views in its translations. So in that regard, I think AI translations are gonna be both good or bad. They're always going to be supervised by a human being, and if the human being doesn't like what the AI said in this particular scene or this dialogue that may seem offensive for the West, it's going to change it, you know? So what's the point? I think AI, when it comes to video games, it's going to do more harm. It's already doing more harm than good. But if a company uses an AI software to translate a video game, over handing over to a Western politicized localization team, then I'd rather take that, you know. I'd rather take the AI translation, the machine translation, over some agenda-driven motherfuckers, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, these agenda-driven motherfuckers are gonna get their hands on AI because no one's gonna be hiring them anymore, and so they're gonna go after AI and do the same, you know. They're not gonna stop. Never gonna stop. Soren Okiseki Sanmai Sophisticated Fi. Oh, specifically the Sanmai version, not the original? Okay. Got our first request here. Give me 1 sec. Is that the PS Vita remaster that we never got? Alright. There we go. Yeah, this is for the Vita game, right? There we go. Do you care about it being used to complement people's work? Like if someone can write and program a game but it isn't an artist? Oh, I already answered that. I think I already answered that question pretty much. You know, Sweet Baby Inc. AI. Basically, yeah. I mean, what are those guys gonna do? Do you honestly think they're just gonna give up and say, "Oh fuck it, we're done. We have been defeated"? No, they're gonna get their hands on AI. Are Breath of Fire songs copyrighted? No, they're not. Only the openings, you know. I remember I did a video. I don't know if you guys remember. That was a long time ago, like 6-7 years ago. 10 things you didn't know about Breath of Fire 4. And at the beginning of the video, I used the intro's opening theme, and it got demonetized. I had to remove it immediately and fix it, you know. So only openings, but 99% of Breath of Fire music has no copyright. So if you want to request a song from Breath of Fire, let me know and I'll play it. The companies will start making AI character designs too. Yeah, obviously, there's already been a lot of games like that, mostly indie. I got one, you know, for like, I think I paid like 20 cents for it, and all of the art was AI, you know? And then, well, check out the Front Mission 3 remake. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it was trashed by critics because of all of the assets were done by AI. All of the backgrounds, part of the art, you know, it looked fucking horrendous, man. They fucked up that remake, Front Mission 3. They fucked it up. Square Enix fucked it up. Fuck Nvidia. I have Nvidia GeForce RTX on my laptop, unfortunately. Well, that's true, Hellgate. But Japanese human character designs are far better than anything. We all know that. Do you know about Japanese indie games? Usually when we hear about indies, they're all made in the West. Sometimes, you know, but I do have knowledge of some Japanese indie games. You could practically say that most JRPGs published by Kemco are indies, but then again, if they're being published by a major publisher like Kemco, which is a legendary publisher, sure, not as rich as Square Enix, but it's been there since the fucking 70s, I think, or 80s at least. You can't really call it an indie anymore. It's really complicated. What's an indie nowadays and what's not? It's all because of the publishers. Anybody can argue that if a game is being published by a major publisher, then it's no longer an indie. Right? Or it's being funded by a, like, take, I don't know, I don't know. I can't think of a good example right now. But you get the idea. There are Japanese indies, you know, but they're hard to find because most of them end up getting their games self-published on Steam, or getting a major publisher, or at least a AA publisher, you know? So, it's kind of hard. I know some Chinese indie RPGs, you know? I've covered them. But Japanese indies is kind of hard to find one. Like, okay, so Astria Ascending, I don't know if you guys play that. I did a review last year. Astria Ascending, that's a game that started off as an indie game. Most of the developers are Canadian, I believe, but there were some Japanese developers in there too. Like the writer was Kazushige Nojima, a really famous guy. So when a really famous guy, you know, writes the script of your game, does that make it is no longer an indie? It's not an indie game anymore because some famous guy did the story, and then some famous guy called Hitoshi Sakimoto did the music. So is it an indie or is it not? I don't know. It is considered as an indie nowadays, which is why I put it in my indie top 10 about a year and a half ago. But I don't even know what an indie game is anymore. Tower of the Shadow of Death. I have that. The piano in that song. Love it. There you go. Apparently due to AI being trained by data centers. How do you guys pronounce data? Data or data? Data centers, computer and console prices are going up. Because of the RAM shortage. And you add tariffs to the equation, everything is so expensive now. Yeah, that's right. You care more about the development when it comes to indies. In the West, you have Team 17 and Devolver Digital as major publishers, but the games under their umbrella still count as indies. Okay. Kind of hard, you know, to determine what's an indie and what's not. Top 3 waifus? You gotta be kidding me, man. There's way too many waifus out there. What are my top 3 waifus? Okay, so Harley from Chrono Cross, Lenneth Valkyrie, and Velvet Crow. How's that for an answer? It's a good answer. Japanese indies may also have the issue of being unable to fund translators. So even if you did find one, what are the chances of them being translated? They have, I'd like to believe they have the same chances as any other indie RPG out there, including Chinese. If Chinese indie RPGs can get a translation or a localization, why can't Japanese, you know? Shadow of the Ninja Reborn is definitely a Japanese indie. It was like 3 people that made that game. Oh, the remake. I haven't played it, you know, but you might have a point. So Data. You guys say Data, not Data. I've seen people saying Data. Fucking Data, man. You always thought that indie means made by Indians? That's funny. Are there any Indian RPGs now that I... Good question, you know. I don't think I ever played one. An RPG I played RPGs from Indonesia, Philippines, China. But nothing from like India. I mean, there's gotta be one, right? Probably because most Indians migrate to other countries and do their games there. But like an Indian RPG from India, from Indian developers living in India. You don't think the UK gaming industry ever recovered from the crash in the 80s? What makes you say that? Crosscode is from an indie studio. I believe that's from a German studio, but I could be wrong. I have that game in my collection, you know. I think it's from a German studio, but I'm not sure. What's my favorite parking violation? I can't even drive, man. I don't have a car. I don't even have a license. So I can't answer your question. I was gonna be a smartass, you know. But I can't think of anything, of any good jokes to that, because I don't have a car or a license. Yeah, any other songs, guys? Data. Japan crashed in 1989 to 90. It recently got a new ATM almost 40 years later. Really? Of course it crashed in an airplane. The entire country. It crashed during the World War II, you know. I don't know, Tales of Destiny 2, which hasn't been fan translated. Oh, ATH. Oh, sorry. Not an ATM. ATH. What is that? I know what an ATM is, but I don't know what an ATH is. Alright. You guys have any songs you want to hear? From a video game? Let me know and I'll play them. The UK used to have a few consoles back in the day, but now it's just America and Japan who release major consoles. Oh, consoles. You mean the console market. I thought about video games. There's a lot of games being developed and published in the UK even nowadays, you know, but when it comes to consoles, yeah, it's all the USA and Japan. Like the ZX Spectrum, for example. Have you heard about the PC-98? The lewdest console ever made? If you guys thought the PS Vita was the lewdest console ever, no, you ain't seen shit, man. One of these days I'll introduce you guys to the PC-98 by NEC. The same developers who did the TurboGrafx 16 console, also known as the PC Engine. It was the PC-98. Porn galore, man. There's even a Shin Megami Tensei game with like nudity, real nudity, and a couple of sex scenes, believe it or not, for that console, and that was the 90s. Of course, the game stayed in Japan, and Atlus kinda disowned it. They didn't even make the game. gave permission to a couple of studios to make the game. And then when they saw it, they were like, oh, no. That's a spin-off and we had nothing to do with it. But if it's part of the... Is it part of the Megami Tensei series? No. They disowned it. Because it's sexy. It's too sexy. Look it up. I'm not kidding. It's called G10 Megami Tensei. G-I-T-E-N. G10 or Jiten, I don't even know how it's pronounced. G10 Megami Tensei, you know. Real sex scenes in there. Somewhere Over the Rainbow, yeah, I'm not playing that. Song request, OT Battle at Journey's End. I can't play the opening themes, man. You'll know that already. I can't play opening themes from any game. So OT Battle at Journey's End, from what game is that? I need the name of the game. Or is it like what? Octopath Traveler, you mean? Is that what you mean by OT? I can't play anything from Octopath Traveler. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, Battle at Journey's End. I wish I could though. Can't play anything from Octopath Traveler. I can't play anything from most modern Square Enix games. Remasters included. Dude, they've been demonetizing old Q&As from like 5 or 4 years ago because I played songs from Chrono Cross or Final Fantasy 9, 7, you know? Why bother demonetizing those? They're unlisted. All of my Q&As are unlisted. They aren't even public. Why bother? Are you telling me Square Enix is really paying some dude to go after my really old unlisted Q&As that aren't even public anymore? Hey, yeah, demonetize those. The guy's probably making a lot of money out of that song, so no, we want a piece of that pie. Dude, these fucking no one's watching those Q&As anymore. What the fuck? You hate this world? I hate it too. Stage 3 from Jinga. What the fuck is that, man? What the hell is that? Fukei Densetsu. Okay. And what's the name of the song? I found the game. Stage 3. What even is that? Oh, is this a PlayStation 1 game? Oh, a PC Engine game. Stage 3. Oh, it's a shoot 'em up. This is the one you want, right? I'm sure it's automatic. Probably. Yeah, if it was targeted, it would be very different. I'm also sure it's automatic. They sent some fucking AI, like I'm too lazy to do this, I'm just gonna set up an AI and do it. And the AI was real nice to start demonetizing my old Q&As that I don't give a shit about. Well, maybe it's just the tip of the iceberg, you know, and it's gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse. Holy shit. Queen's Blade. Yeah. Good game. Super hard. Remember, guys, if you're gonna play that game and you don't get the harpy in your party, you're fucked. Uber fucked. Get the harpy. Getting the harpy in Queen's Blade equals get the knife in Ghosts and Goblins. Or Ghouls and Ghosts. You know, get the knife. Get the knife. Say in Queen's Blade, get the harpy. Don't get the harpy, you're fucked. That's it. Restart the fucking game. You're done. You'll never make progress. I guess I never made progress, you know. Breath of Fire, any song is fine. Dealer's Choice. You calling me a dealer? I'm a dealer now? How dare you, man? Today we're gonna do again that Metacritic stuff. I kinda like that. 2 Sundays ago we did that. That's an idea for the Q&As. You know? To go on Metacritic and criticize the scores I disagree with and rant. That's a fun idea. What's the worst Metacritic score in your opinion? Like, the one that pissed you off the most? Like, you shouldn't give a shit about Metacritic, but just humor me, just for the sake of fun. There's gotta be one score, like, whoa, I really like this game. This game is a masterpiece, and you look it up on Metascore and it had like 5.6 or something. Oh, that's the opposite. Probably, right? The Last of Us 2, that's like the opposite. You thought it was a piece of shit of a game, and it has like raving reviews, right? Okay, that also counts. A game that you think it doesn't deserve the praise. Like, oh my god, like this game was a piece of shit, like the worst fucking atrocity ever, namely the Veilguard, you know, and it has raving reviews on Metacritic, and it's like, whoa. That's a lie. Yeah, those websites, but it's fun, you know, it's fun picking on Metacritic. It's not fun picking on IGN. It's more aggravating, you know. IGN deserves all the fucking hatred. I hate IGN. Let's not talk about IGN, alright? I fucking despise it. It's not even funny. I hate them. I wish they will go bankrupt, to be completely honest. But Metacritic is fun, you know. It's bad, but it's bad fun. Please enlighten us with a game that is underappreciated that you love. Mine is Splatterhouse for 360 PS3. That's a good game, and I couldn't agree more, man. That's an underappreciated game. Sure, it wasn't the masterpiece it set out to be, but that's a fun game. Really violent, 3D, it works. I mean, that's a good one. Boo. Okay, a game, like an RPG or any game. Because if we're including like games from different genres, like the one you just did, I will probably go with Xexis. Well, that's not really underappreciated because it's a hidden gem. Even like something that was supposed to be popular and be a huge success and it wasn't. Let me get my head off of RPGs, because when it comes to RPGs, dude, Tales of Symphonia 2. I've made a lot of videos about that. Valkyria Revolution. Tales of Legendia will probably be my top pick. Fate Extra, you know. But leaving RPGs aside, fuck. A game that... Can I pick Hunting Ground? I think it was supposed to be like huge by Capcom, you know. That's my favorite survival horror game. And it doesn't have the best reviews. And it's a bit underappreciated. It's not a hidden gem. People know that game, especially because it's super rare and expensive nowadays. That will probably be my pick, you know. Hunting Ground on the PlayStation 2. That will be my pick, because then there's just a lot, right? Fuck. Was The Last Guardian successful? The Last Guardian, you know, by the developers of Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. I don't know how. I think that game got a lot of mixed reviews. And well, problem is that game, I can understand why. It's very frustrating to play. I loved it, but it's very frustrating to play because of the controls and the camera, especially the camera. But that's a great game. That's a bit underappreciated in my opinion. How about Final Fight 3? You know, when it comes to Final Fight, everybody talks about the first one, or maybe the second one gets praised a lot, but the third one it wasn't universally praised. I think it's the best Final Fight game ever, period. You know, Final Fight 3 on the Super Nintendo. Those will be my picks if we're leaving RPGs aside. But when it comes to JRPGs, like underrated or underappreciated, I've made tons of videos on that. Infinite on Discovery for you? Yeah. Not bad, you know. Not a bad choice. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. That game has a 9 out of 10 for me. But Metacritic has it at 78, 10. What is that, like the second game? The Hyrule Warriors second game? Is it out? I didn't even know it was out. Torna got a respectable 80 out of 100. Well, I have it at 8.2, so... I fucking hate it. But... Can't... Don't mention Torna to me. The wounds haven't healed. It's still kind of a meme in this channel, that game, but I think people have forgotten about it. Like everybody, whenever people mention Torna in my live streams, everybody was like, oh, here we go. He's gonna rant about Torna again. But like people already forgot about it. Someone's bound to ask me, have you played it? Have you explored the other genres? Yes, I do. I play games from different genres all the time, especially on my Twitch channel. I go live every Friday or whenever I feel like. Tales of Graces F. What about that game? Do you feel it's underappreciated? Lost Kingdoms 2, it's an action RPG. Yeah, I mean, you do level up your cards, I think. I've barely played it, you know, I played the first one a lot. Did you play Pharmagia? No, never heard about it either. Wait a second. Pharmagia? I think, didn't it come out like a year ago or like 2 years ago? If so, then I don't give a shit about it. You know how I feel about modern games? Fuck all of them except Reanimal. I'm looking forward to that. The last Remnant's voice acting was actually done in English first. Interesting. Interesting little trivia. That can contribute to my 10 things you didn't know about the last Remnant video. I'm sure if I do that video, it's gonna get hundreds of thousands of views. Anyway, I don't know anything about Pharmagia, and because it's new, I don't really care about it. It's probably woke. Project Cross Zone 3 is something we will never see at this point. Because the company, well, not the company, the developer, the company who made those games is Monolith Soft, but the main developers quit the company. So chances are you are correct. We will probably never see it. So, Gurumin, the Mysterious Phantom Egg. Gurumin, a monstrous adventure. It's a Falcom game. On PSP and Nintendo 3DS. Here you go. Gurumin. That's a... I don't think I have it in my blog. Do I have it in my blog? Link to my blog in the description. You know, it's a website. I'm gonna link you guys to it right now. If you guys go to my blog right now, there's a lot of rankings and reviews, you know. There you go. It's in the chat right now. Click on it and you'll see a lot of stuff. Live streams that I've done on certain games. Scores on a scale from 5 to 10. Like here's Ark the Lat 4 with 8.6, you know. But if you go to my RPG score section, no, Gurumin is not there. I have to rank it. Maybe one of these days. That's a good game, but it's probably gonna get like a 7.6 or 7.8 max. It's a good one, you know, but it's okay at best. It's charming good because of the girl, you know. It's basically an action RPG for kids. It's a good one. I told someone about Reanimal because of you. They weren't happy with Little Nightmares 3 either. Do you have to say they? Who's that someone? A guy or a girl? Say he or she, man. Don't say they here. We hate that word. I don't recall you ever talking about Shenmue games. What's your opinion about them? Jesus, man, I played the Dreamcast game original many years ago, and I remember seeing the Xbox One game. I think it was a remake. I think it was 3, Shenmue 3, you know, but no opinion, man. I need to play them. I remember playing the Dreamcast game and I was like, this is not for me. I'm more into Yakuza. They just have more personality and better gameplay mechanics. I mean, I just find Yakuza more fun to play than Shenmue, which is very similar, you know. Nothing against Shenmue, I'm just not into Shenmue, and I've never given the games a proper chance, so I'm more of a Yakuza guy. How many Shit and the Wonder games have you played? 4. I played the one on the Nintendo DS, which is a port of the original, the very first Shit and the Wonder game, which came out on the Super Famicom, I believe. You know, or was it a brand new game? I don't even remember. I played the one on the Nintendo DS, the first one, which is simply called Shit and the Wonder. It's good, but it's fucking brutal. I played the one on the PS Vita. Great game. The one on the Wii, that's the best one. The story of Shit and the Wonder on the Wii, Nintendo Wii, was written by Masato Kato, the Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger writer, you know, that guy. Baten Kaitos, you know, that guy. The Shit and the Wonder on the Wii is by far the best one of them all. And then I played one on the Switch, I believe, yeah. Good game. I like Shit and the Wonder, but I've never been able to finish one because they're so fucking exhausting, man. The only game of that kind, like roguelike, moving on grids, you know, that I've ever finished in my life is the first Izuna. Izuna, the Unemployed Ninja on the Nintendo DS. That's the only one I've ever beaten. Those games are fucking ridiculous, man. Tornico, The Last Hope, you know, or the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons. Dude. Chocobo's Dungeon, you know. The Chocobo's Dungeon on the Wii, it's remastered on Switch. That's a great game. Never finished it. They just get really exhausting and repetitive and ridiculous. Oh my god. So, give me something from Xenoblade. Here. Let's play this. Someone outside or my neighbor, I don't know, has horrible fucking music right now. Did it freeze? Can you guys see me and hear me just fine? Oh, you can hear me? The camera froze? But can you hear me? Oh. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Wow. Is it back to normal? Can you guys hear me? Oh, I'm back. All right, there we go. Xenoblade Chronicles music is fine. I'm playing one right now. Because those guys are, the Ace is cool. I missed a bunch of questions. Are there any horror RPGs that you recommend? It's just that I see a lot of horror novels getting popular, but I haven't played any horror RPGs. Altiloke. What is that even? What kind of username is that? Altiloke? Well, Altiloke, I made a video called Complete List of Horror JRPGs. You might want to look it up. Oh yeah, I know all about Lost Odyssey's rocky development. I was gonna do a 10 things you didn't know about Lost Odyssey video a long time ago. One of the guys who worked on Lost Odyssey reached out to me. This was all the way back in 2020, I believe. 5-6 years ago. And he reached out to me and shared a lot of information about the development and background of Lost Odyssey. He worked on the game, you know. He knew English. He was a Japanese guy, and he knew English, and he was a fan of my channel. This was years ago, and I was gonna do a video. But I wasn't sure because I was like, it's a game that's only available on the Xbox 360. Most people haven't played it. They know it. Everybody knows the game, but most people haven't played it. So I wasn't sure how many people will watch the video, and I ended up not doing the video. But yeah, it has an interesting development. There's a lot of good, interesting research and trivia and background and all, you know, about Lost Odyssey. I would love to make the video, but I'm not sure it's gonna find its audience. What do you think about Star Ocean Till the End of Time? That's a pretty good game. Definitely one of the best Star Ocean games ever made. Well, nowadays it's kind of in the middle, my opinion. I think the best ones are 2, 4, and 6. 3 and 4 are like in the same area for me. I think I like 4 more, but 3 has better story and characters. You know, I think it's a great game. I'm a big fan of Star Ocean 3. I love it. Doesn't deserve... It's very divisive, you know. Black Sigil? Really? It's got a bad score from Metacritic, but so high on user review, it's probably troll or fake. You know, anybody who played that game will tell you the same thing. The encounter rate kills it. It's not a bad game, you know, but the encounter rate is just fucking atrocious, and the loading times are brutal. So you get into a battle every 2 seconds, and you gotta wait like 10 seconds for the battle to load. It ruined it, killed the fucking game, you know. There's a hack on CD Romance though, which balanced things out and fixed things. You know, I'm gonna play that one of these days and see if it was really fixed and it's playable nowadays, and then I'll give you my opinion. Well, the original release, it just got wrecked by that little problem. We need a Silent Hill with a Chrono Trigger battle system. Hell yeah! That sounds like a great idea, man. I will play that. A Silent Hill with a Chrono Trigger or any battle system, you know. Silent Hill with Chrono Cross battle system. Or like a regular turn-based, you know. That'll be great. I've been playing Jeanne d'Arc. Not a bad game so far. Stuck on the back-to-back fight at the fort. It has some small spikes. It's a difficult game. Go and grind. I suggest you do maybe one mission of grinding. Maybe just one. One is enough. I did a full playthrough of it. Live, a year and a half ago. And I barely did any grinding, man. You know, but you can get there. It's a good game. That's a really good game. One of the best strategy RPGs on the PSP. Definitely. Top 5. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, a tragic decision. That's gonna be next. You want this game on PlayStation? This? Xenoblade Chronicles? Why, so PlayStation can censor it even more? Nintendo censored the fuck out of the Definitive Edition, man. PlayStation is gonna do far worse, trust me. You've heard rumors of an Unlimited Saga remake? Why will anybody bother remaking Unlimited Saga? That's insane. Oh, that was a song all the way back, like an hour ago when you first requested it, Nell. Melody of Water, Tales of Hysteria. Okay, that's gonna be next. Okay, oh, you meant Lost Odyssey. You want Lost Odyssey on PlayStation. Not gonna happen. And if it does, it's gonna be censored. Best you can hope for is a Steam release. Like, I don't even fucking know why. Dude, it's fucking... Why? It's on Xbox 360. Xbox One on the Game Pass stuff, you know. Why isn't it even on Steam? Okay, we can't have Lost Odyssey on Nintendo or PlayStation. Why not Steam? That's the real question. So a tragic decision that the Xenoblade Chronicles. A tragic decision. All right. There we go. Your PS4 goes wanting for turn-based. There's a lot of turn-based RPGs on the PS4. Starting off with the super uber popular Persona 5, Dragon Quest XI. And there's a bunch of remasters like Chrono Cross. Come on, man. What kind of comment is that? Is Star Ocean dead at this point? Well, right before Square Enix released Star Ocean The Divine Force, Tri-Ace kinda declared bankruptcy. I wouldn't use that word. They declared some kind of economic insolvency or something like that. Like it was insufficient. I don't understand that much about economics, you know. But they basically said that they had a lot of financial issues. And Star Ocean The Divine Force, I don't think it sold that much. It's not like it sold millions of copies, you know. I don't know how many copies it sold. Square Enix has refused to show the sales number of Star Ocean 6. So, insolvent. That's the word they used. Tri-Ace is nowadays insolvent. You know, so it is safe to assume that Star Ocean is dead, but hopefully not. I don't give a shit, Roberta. No, Phantonium. Definitely not. I'm not gonna try anything new. How could Lost Odyssey get an unofficial port? You mean like some dude just released it there? That's crazy. I didn't know people could do that, you know? An unofficial port? I've never heard about that. Hell, I've never even heard the term. Or if you mean an unofficial port, like just play on the computer, you can emulate it. That's an unofficial port for you. Radiata Stories. That's a great game. It feels rushed at the end. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think so. I never felt rushed for me. Tales of the Abyss is a great game. Tales of the Abyss is top 10 best Tales games. Definitely play it. Not top 5. I wouldn't say top 5, but top 10. You can't believe they are remastering Berseria. They want to remaster every new Tales game and forget about the old ones because they probably don't have the codes anymore for those games, or they don't give a shit. Or I don't know, they probably have a lot of things that will be offensive for modern audiences. Bandai Namco doesn't care about money anymore. They only care about modern audiences. But minorities that don't even play fucking video games. That's Bandai Namco for you. Everything they've released so far, remasters. Mostly everything, you know. Graces and Exilia weren't censored. Only like one accessory, and that's it, you know. Surprisingly. But even games like, obscure games like Sandland, which I recently added to the blacklist on my blog. Link to my website in the description. There's a blacklist with all the JRPGs that have been victims of modern political bullshit, woke bullshit, you know. Check it out. It's in my blog. It's called The Blacklist, and I added Sandland to the blacklist because there's an alien race, not an alien race, like a race of characters that are kind of androgynous, and oh no, nobody knows if they're guys or girls, so they will all turn into they thems. Fuck it, you know, Bandai Namco is fucking garbage. Which were some of your favorite JRPGs for exploration? I'm not really big into exploration, especially if the game has random encounters. You know, but I mean, the Suikoden franchise, obviously. Like, you need to ask. Should I play the Star Ocean games if I got spoiled on the big reveal in 3? Yeah, why not? Don't let the ending of Star Ocean 3 ruin it for you. I thought it was a great ending, you know, but I understand it's divisive. And a lot of people hated the ending, but yeah, play the others, man. They're video games. Skies of Arcadia, it's probably gonna get remade or remastered soon. Sure, Terry. Keep pretending you don't know the real reason why Namco doesn't remaster the Xenosaga trilogy. As if you didn't know. Let's just keep pretending what they said was real. Oh, we did a poll and it was unsuccessful. There wasn't enough interest from fans. Sure. We all know the reason why Xenogears and Xenosaga will never be remastered. Because they will have to censor everything. Those games are super offensive nowadays. Somebody wanted Tales of Cestiria. I can't play anything from Chrono Cross, man. Anything, sadly. They've been going after me, you know, for playing Chrono Cross music. So Snail wanted Melody of Water, Tales of Cestiria. Tales of Zestiria. For some reason I can't play this. Provided to YouTube by Nextone. Nextone is the company that's been going after my live streams and demonetizing them. And especially for Chrono Cross music, I can't play that. Anything else? Soraya Saga retired from game development. Yeah, a long time ago, actually. She probably got too old or sick of all the bullshit. Don't worry, her husband is more than willing to put up with the bullshit. Because he's part of the problem. You're right, Hellgate. Yeah, sorry, Nail, I can't play that. That's why whenever I do these live streams, there are barely any requests anymore because people are like, oh, it has copyright, has copyright, has copyright. Poke music, good. You mean Pokemon? Some of them, I don't know, try me. The intro has copyright. You can try anything, man. It doesn't have to be with electric guitars. You don't have to request a song just to please me. I can't play anything from Nier Automata. Sorry. You know, I'm gonna end these request song streams. It's just... like, I know which ones don't have any copyright already, so... this is probably gonna be the last request your song stream, because half of the fucking music is copyrighted. I can't play it. You know, so it's like, what's the point, right? Marine Tube, Pokemon Black and White. Okay. This is fine. Marine tube, right? That's... Yeah, there you go, man. No copyright. Can you talk about your history with the Summoner series? I have no history with it. I played the second one on GameCube a long time ago, probably 10 years ago. Didn't like it, ditched it, sold it, and I never bothered with the franchise again. That's my history. Enough for a book, right? Yeah, it's not like the request your song streams get me super chats. So what's the point? I need to come up with something different. Something different to make people do a super chat. Or a PayPal donation or Ko-fi, you know. You want to hear Bear Heart, the Verdant City? You want to hear that? You got it. That's gonna be next. Let's go back to the Metacritic topic. I feel like Metacritic is just one of those websites that, like, you need to make fun of it. Like, it's your responsibility to turn... Well, the website is pretty much a meme nowadays. Erick Landon used controllers? What? Are you a Patreon? Are you on Patreon, man? Some of my patrons join up here in my Q&As with completely different usernames, and I don't even know if they're them or not. If they're like Patreons, you know? Like, who are you? Identify yourself. Metacritic. There's just a bunch of movies here. Give me the fucking games. Games. Nothing but crap. And fake ass scores here. Like, what is this, man? Elden Ring 96? Score? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Baldur's Gate 3 96? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. Nothing but politicized bullshit. Look at this. Look at the top 10. It's just fucking ridiculous. Nothing but modern woke bullshit. I hate this website, man. It's trash. So let's look for the retros, you know, in a bit. Nintendo stock has decreased around 30% since its all-time high in August 2025 due to a lack of good Switch 2 sales and the possibility they will increase the price of it. I don't even know why I bother reading that. How did your Path of Radiance video do? I have no idea. I barely check the views anymore. 9 out of 10 videos I put out failed miserably in views, so what's the point? Red Planet, Bucky O'Hare. That's a brutal game, man. Good game though, but it's fucking brutal. What's the name of the song? Red Planet. Bucky O'Hare. NES. Yeah, enough Pokemon music. Alright. Here you go. I don't understand anything about the Switch stock, RAM. What are you guys talking about? What are you talking about? I don't even know. Now, speaking about Path of Radiance, now that Path of Radiance was released. Let's see the score in Metacritic. Universal acclaim. Oh, and they put the trailer for the Switch 2 release. Huh. 85. Generally favorable. Based on 42 critic reviews. User score based on 293 user ratings, 9.0. Couldn't agree more. I have a 9.4 in my blog. 94. Yep. I like it when we are in sync. The user score and mine. Universal acclaim, of course. Deserves that. Well, the PlayStation 5 is also still overpriced, right? Don't you think that's even more ridiculous than the Switch 2? The Switch 2 has been out for less than a year. And it's overpriced, sure, because it's been there for 6 months. 7 tops. But the PlayStation 5 has been out for 5 fucking years. And it's still $500. $400 used if you're lucky. Like, I'm not defending Nintendo here. Fuck Nintendo, you know, but... Fuck PlayStation 10 times harder, don't you think? Fuck. I'm not even gonna bother, man. I don't give a fuck about Trails or Falcom anymore. So I'm not even gonna bother looking that up. I don't care about Trails anymore. It's dead to me. Sony is going to delay the release of PS5 until 2030. You think so? I don't think so. I highly doubt it. It's probably gonna be released in 2027. Next year. A year from now. And it's gonna be $1,000 plus taxes, plus tariffs, plus shipping. So about $1,300 for a PlayStation 6. And people are gonna buy it. They're gonna pay for it. There we go. We're back to this. Yeah, you should jump straight into Path of Radiance, Lord Kobe. You should definitely do that. Have you watched the Super Mario movie? Nope. I literally have no interest on it. Obviously no project. I bitched about that. I did a couple of videos some time ago called 10 JRPGs, 10 great JRPGs destroyed by critics. Valkyria Revolution's score was practically the thumbnail of the first video from 2 years ago, I believe. 2 or 3 years ago, you know. Of course, I strongly disagree with the score. Sure, Valkyria Revolution is not a masterpiece, far from it. You know, it has a lot of problems. But it's still a great game. Rise of the Robots. It killed game journalism It's still alive nowadays. I don't see it dead, unfortunately. Thank you, Erick, for giving us the opportunity to interact about passion for gaming, and all we need is to make games better without bringing political influences. Fun is a universal language we feel. You're welcome. I agree with that. That's why I said about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, I said in the video, stick your politics up your fucking ass. And it pissed off the world, it pissed off YouTube, and I got shadow banned on YouTube. Shadow banned. Ironic that our games are censored when the real world gets more degenerate. Are you interested in Code Vein 2? No, I'm not interested in anything from Bandai Namco, man. But watch my review of the first game. If you can. Severed Chains. Nope, haven't heard about that. An official naive PC port of Legend of Dragoon? Naive? What? Watch the Mario movie. If you want to see the Mario Bros be buffoons while Princess Peach girl boss teaches Mario how to fight. Sure, I'll watch it tomorrow. Maybe I'll get turned into a feminist and join the progressive movement. Finally, at long last, all thanks to the Mario movie. When did the series go bad? Daybreak. Play Cold Steel 3, then 4, then Reverie, and that's it. Even Reverie has a bad localization, man. But that's the last one you should play. Forget about the rest. Remakes, remasters you hear, or new games after that, ignore them. Go to the blacklist. Go take a look at the blacklist, man. I'll link you guys to it. There. You already bought the rest? Well, that's your fault for not going to the blacklist. The remaster is not made by niece? Which remaster? Gung-Ho, Nice America, same fucking thing. The problem isn't their localization teams anymore. The problem is the developer itself. Falcom has gone woke. Okay? Sky wasn't a remaster, it was a remake. Different words. I've never played any Animal Crossing games. Never. Ooh! Keep dreaming, Nail. Keep dreaming. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be stupidly woke, politicized. Protagonist is gonna be a fanboy. It's gonna be a pro-liberal. Oh, didn't they already release a game like that called Metaphor Refantasia? Oh yeah, it already exists. I don't really pay attention to that, Fantonium. Since those franchises and companies, the companies who make them, are dead to me, I don't even pay attention anymore. I don't care. You know what, if you guys have been watching my videos for the entirety of 2025, you should know that I don't give a fuck about anything modern anymore. Like 95% of my video game coverage in this channel is retro games. Like PS4 and Switch era and below that. You know, games from like... Did you watch my top 25 best JRPGs I played in 2024 and 5? It was full of games from like 2020 and below that. No, Terry, unfortunately no. Oh, maybe the guys who made, maybe some of the, I don't know, the Stellar Blade studio, Stellar Blade, Remember when it was called Project Eve? That was a much better name. No, I mean, Stellar Blade isn't a bad name. I like the name, but it's just Project Eve is easier to pronounce for me, so I like it more. Maybe those guys, maybe the studio who made Black Myth Wukong. Maybe, I don't know, it's kind of hard to find. The guys from Tyser Studios, you know? Reanimal. I don't know. Yeah, it's the irony. And they did censor a couple of outfits. Ironically, they left most of the super sexy outfits intact. But they were like, we're just gonna censor these 2 outfits and maybe that'll please these fucking idiots, you know? Oh, and the graffiti. Let's not forget about the graffiti, you know? Their new game is going to be spicy, judging by character design. Which new game? From who? What are you talking about? The guys behind Visions of Mana. Well, they no longer work for Square Enix, thankfully, but those guys, yeah. Shift Up, the company that developed Stellar Blade, gifted all its employees around $3,000. I should apply for a job with those guys. I'm gonna send them a message and they hire me. I can do press for you, good press for you. The company's way too big. They don't need guys like me, low level tier level YouTubers like me. Project Witches. That's the new game? Do Oka Studios still exist? I don't know. Let's check out Stellar Blade on Metacritic. All right. Stellar Blade. Of course, the Metacritic score is 81. Because of course, because a lot of those completely biased, beautiful social justice warrior companies and journalists gave it a 5 out of 10 or 4. But still, even with all the hatred from those companies, it still has a whopping 81. Whereas the user score, based on almost 8,000 ratings, has 9.2. It's probably fake, you know, but I'm glad it has that, even if it's fake. It's good if it's fake when it's convenient, right? 9.2. I only played the demo, I haven't played the game because, you know, it's fucking expensive. It's been out for almost 2 years and you cannot find it here in Mexico for less than $60. A physical copy of it, because I know it's on Steam and I don't know how much the Steam version goes for. But I don't care about it because my computer cannot run it. So I'm stuck with the censored PS5 release. But there's a way to uncensor it. You know, just buy the game. Put the disc on your PlayStation and turn off the Wi-Fi so it doesn't update. And there you go, you can play the game completely uncensored on PlayStation 5. Just make sure to play offline so it won't update. And you can get it uncensored, you know. But hopefully one day it'll be available for a reasonable price here in this fucking country. Probably never, because the government hates games like this. They're against them. Because sexy girls are bad. But yeah, but I'm surprised, you know, I thought it was gonna be, I thought the meta score, the critic score was gonna be lower than 81. Interesting, right? Visions of Mana, guys, were Oka Studios. They shut down, but they've now formed a new studio. That's good news. Let's check how Visions of Mana did on this beautiful, amazing, and completely unbiased website. Visions of Mana. Alright. Visions of Mana, 75. Even IGN from Japan gave it a whopping 7 because not enough woke, not enough diversity, you know. But the user score 8.2, which, let's be honest, based on the demo that I play, I haven't played this game. It's also kind of fucking expensive here. I think I saw it for like $40 during Black Friday, and I didn't buy it because $40 is still too much for me. I'm gonna keep waiting for the price to drop, maybe some fucking day, I don't know. But I played the demo, which was like a 2-hour long demo, and I will personally give like an 8.2 or 8.4 to the demo. But I get the feeling it's probably better than that. I don't know, maybe someday I'll play it and I'll review it. I have a review of Trials of Mana Remake coming up next week. I already did reviews of the game, you know, but in top 10s or in other videos. He needed its own video review, so I'll grab the clip from the 5 RPGs I need to talk about episode from like 2 years ago and embellish it. But yeah, Visions of Mana, maybe one day. But 75, I don't know. Maybe. I don't have a strong opinion on this game for obvious reasons. I think it's a game that the demo looked amazing. I love the demo. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is the best demo ever, I gotta get this game. No, but it was a great demo, and it made me want to play it. Give it a chance one day. So maybe one day. You know, maybe one day. Just looking for a song here. How about this? Stellar Blade is a masterpiece, okay? Not every journalist is from California. Visions of Mana was your disappointment of the year? Is your PC good enough for Visions of Mana? Nope. It can't even fucking play Ender Magnolia. What was the other game that I played and it couldn't handle it properly? I feel like I played something recently and it was having issues, you know. Oh, that Sonak. My laptop 1 year ago was decent, but you know, laptops and computers go outdated every 6 months or so. So it's outdated already. It's a piece of shit already. Oh, don't worry, Terry. I wasn't planning on paying full price for it. I'm not playing requests anymore. How much RAM does your laptop have? 8 gigabytes, man. Oh, thanks, Mundus. I have a lot of games to play, don't worry. Free. If you want to support the channel, do a super chat or join Patreon or Ko-fi. There's a link to my Ko-fi page in the description, and it's also there in my website. Many ways to support me. You don't have to get me a Game Pass. It's not gonna do much for me. Oh, he's still playing? Like he was replaying again? What else can we check? How about we check Namco Cross Capcom? Oh, It's not there. Because it's an only in Japan game. Well, that's too bad. I'm gonna change my fucking face here. There. So you can look what I search for. Why is Namco Cross Capcom? Oh, but do you want to know where is Namco Cross Capcom? In my blog. With a whopping 8.6, man. It's that fucking good. If a Mexican studio came up to you to give them an JRPG inspired idea, what would it be? I have no idea, man. I would rather make my own JRPG based on my own ideas. If a Mexican studio approached me, I will have to be my idea. Not in terms of gameplay mechanics or programming, you know, but in terms of story. Why would anybody approach me if not for the story? I'm a writer. I'm not a programmer. I can only write stories. Metacritic is missing a lot of games, even North American releases. Yeah, dude, Vandal Hearts isn't even here. I think so. Look, Vandal Hearts on PS1, the first two games aren't even here. Just the atrocity that was Flames of Judgment. Let's look it up. Flames of Judgment, digital on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. 68 and 71. I would probably go lower than that. This is not a recommend. It's an extremely mediocre game. 68, I agree with this. Or even 70.1, you know, for my blog, yeah. I will probably go with this. 7, 7.1, 7.2 in my blog, my website. Yeah, this is not a good game. It's not a bad game either, you know, but it's like, eh. It exists. Should I play it live one of these days? I don't know. Evil must be stuff. Look at the character design. Look at this. It looks horrendous.
Men, after those traitors. After them.
Oh, there's English dub. I played this on PS3 long ago. It's only digital. Never got a physical release anywhere, thankfully. So if you were looking to collect this, forget it. Look at this. This looks like an indie game. What the fuck, Konami? A AAA developer, and this is what we got 20 years, 15 years ago, 16 years ago, almost 16 years ago. Look at this. Released on January 20, 2010. 16 years ago. Look at this. I mean, if it was an indie game, nothing to do with Vandal Hearts, I would probably play it, enjoy it, and maybe recommend it, but this cannot be Vandal Hearts. Konami. Shining Resonance. The original? Shining Resonance refrain. No music, just a 67 and 7. No. You know how I feel about this game already, you know. It's a bit of a meme in this channel, but this is way too low for it. I think I give it an 8. In my blog it has an 8. 8.0. You know? Because it has... Like, sure, the battle system is like, it's a fucking mess, you know, but at least in terms of gameplay, leaving the battle system aside, like exploration, the skill tree systems, the equipment system, you know, the dating sim, it's fucking great, you know. The graphics are beautiful for its time. This is a game that came out in 2018, the remaster. The original is a 2015 game on PS3. A lot of people don't know this is a remaster of a PS3 game that we never got. And, this is it's like, I'm not sure if I can recommend this despite being in the recommended list. It's just a broken mess, you know, but everything, it just checks, all the other boxes are checked, you know. Decent story at least, great fan service, beautiful visuals, good gameplay, you know, good music, great soundtrack, you know. It's not like wow, but it's a great soundtrack. It's not Xenoblade's a soundtrack, but it's a great soundtrack, you know. So it deserves an 8. It's just these people, you know, what they do is just play the game and they ignore everything. They don't give a shit if they don't judge the story. They don't care about the story. No, they only care about the combat, and if the combat is bad, the game's bad. It's kind of sad that they don't give the due credit to the other areas. So if we're, let me say this, if we're judging the game based on its battle mechanics, then yeah, this is a well-deserving score. 7, it's a 7 out of 10, the combat, or even a 67, you know, in terms of battle system, because it's just a mess. The difficulty spikes are insane. The balance is like one of the worst I've seen in a video game, you know. So I agree with this in terms of combat, but come on. In everything else, the game shines, like its title implies. Last Rebellion. That's a infamous game. Ooh! Look at... Ooh! Oh, God! Last Rebellion. 44 critic reviews. Based on critic reviews, 44. And same user reviews. Well, it's only based on 30 critic reviews and 22 user ratings. But it's 44. A perfect match. One of the very rare occasions where the critics and the users agree 100%. I don't know, man. I've played this game for like 1 hour. Live. 1 hour, and it was not this fucking bad. But I don't know, maybe it gets worse at some point. It probably does, you know. One thing I can say is that the battle system, which was probably the thing they criticized the most, which is considered as the worst thing about the game. The only thing that I can say is that it is a game that... Fuck this music. It has some singing, you know. Then my stream is probably gonna get demonetized. But I only played the game for 1 hour, and the battle system was interesting and unique, but it felt like a chore because most battles take forever. And there's a lot of options. There's a lot to do in a battle. It's unnecessarily complicated. They added a lot of things that shouldn't have been there. It's only 2 playable characters and only 1 per battle. You can switch between them in the battle. You know, there's only 1 character in the battle, kind of like Sugunai Atonement. You guys probably don't know about that game. I can't blame you. But yeah, I mean, in terms of story, graphics, interface, you know, the exploration stuff, this game was fine. You know, what little I played, it was fine. But this battle system is good. You know, it just takes forever. You know, you should be able to kill the enemies in like 1 minute, and that's it. And every fucking battle takes up like 5 minutes. You know, it takes forever. That's probably why I got the reviews. But this is way too low. People are way too harsh, you know, when it comes to games. Like, I shit on Time and Eternity, sure, or East Strategy, but come on, man, does it really deserve these scores? Now I want to play it just to prove these fucking scores wrong. I don't know, but I don't know. You know, I only played the game for like an hour. Maybe it's a fucking goddamn piece of shit. No, I don't know. Edge of Eternity? I reviewed that. Edge of Eternity, alright. Oh! Another match! Look at this! Another coincidence! What is this? A 17... Did they put this fucking video?
I'm the voice actor for Yeeaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaaauuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuu
60 and 60. 19 critic reviews, 32 user ratings. This is way too low for the game. I did play this for a long time. I never finished it. I got into stuck in a battle that was like really, really annoying. You needed to move around the battlefield and switch, press 2 switches and then do something else. I fucking hated that battle, and I rage quit on this game. But apart from that, I don't think this is a bad game at all. Sure, it's not a great game either. You know, it's not a great RPG, but it's a good game. I think I give it a 7.6 or 7.8. I think it's 7.6 in my blog. So come on, 6 out of 10? I don't know. It should have gotten at least a 7 here. At the very least a 7 here. From both critics and user scores. This is bullshit, you know, but it's not too far off. I mean, imagine if this game had like 5 or 4. That would be fucking insulting, you know. Come on. This is a good game. It's not great. It looks great, though. It should have been great. But it has a lot of nasty spikes and balancing issues. Kind of like Resonance of Fate. No, Shining Resonance Refrain. Kind of like that. Like you get into one battle and it's easy as hell. And then the second random encounter, like the other monster was like next to it. You get to a fight with that monster and it's fucking brutal. You know, so yeah. It's not a great game, but it's not a 6 out of 10. No. 6 out of 10 seems about right. No. No way, man. You guys are way too harsh. People are way too harsh. 6. Come on. Did you beat Art Tonelico Koga when you played it 5 years ago? I actually beat it more than that, like 7 years ago or 8. And yeah, I beat it. I beaten all the Art Tonelico games, all 3 of them, and Art No Search. I haven't played the visual novel on PS Vita though. I kind of no. 6 is above average? No, 6 is basically mediocre. That's how I see it. 6 means mediocre, you know? Above average, it's probably 7, man. 7 or 8. I know we have different definitions. If you guys go to my website, link in the description, and see my rankings in the RPG score section, you'll see there's a lot of difference, you know? 5 is average. Well, that's just your opinion. Everybody sees things differently. To me, 5 is bad. 6 is mediocre. And 7 is like average, you know? Astria Ascending. Yeah, that's a good game. It's very difficult. Play it on easy. Let's check out the check out Astria Ascending. All right, no, this is fucking ridiculous, man. 5.1. Why? Because all of these 19 dumbasses play the game on normal mode. I can't blame them, you know. If you play this game on normal, it's impossibly hard. Impossible, hardest game ever made. You know, but if you play on easy, it's a great game. I have it as an 8.2. The key to enjoying this game is playing it on easy. And trust me, you will enjoy it. This is a great game. Even 68 from critic reviews, it's insulting. This is ridiculous. Fuck this. Fuck you, Metacritic. Fuck these 19 people and these fucking critics, man. Sure, the game is far from a masterpiece, you know, but it's a great game. I think it's a great game. They rated Redemption Reapers too low. Of course, because nothing... If it isn't Baldur's fucking Gate or Persona fucking 5, it's a 7 out of 10. This is horseshit. 7.3 is way too low, but it's based on 12 dudes, you know, so... Okay. But yeah, 61. Is this fucking critics, man? Can we not bother with modern games or games that have been released in the past 5 years or so, or 6 years? Because that's when gaming journalism, in my opinion, went full fucking retarded, you know? So let's just stick to retro games, you know? Because all of these games on scores, like I said, if it isn't Baldur's Gate or The Witcher 3 or Persona 5... You know, it's gonna have these fucking numbers, you know, it's unfair. This is why nobody fucking cares about game journalists anymore. This. And even the user scores, you know, but at least it's higher than the critic score. 7.3, okay, I can respect that, you know. I fucking love this game, but I can respect this, you know, but this, 661, this fucking critic should be fired, in my opinion. Not even IGN is that insulting. Well, It's a great game, man. You need to like strategy RPGs and dark, edgy plots. Tragedy, you know. Lower than Valkyrie Elysium is disrespect. How much does Valkyrie Elysium have? Valkyrie Elysium. This I agree. I only played the demo, you know, and I didn't even finish the demo. I didn't even finish the demo, man. Yeah, the Black Valkyrie, because there needs to be a black woman. Obviously. Come on, there are great fucking games out there with black characters. They're fucking awesome, you know, but this is forced inclusion. This is DEI bullshit. Yeah, this is... I agree. I didn't rank this game in my blog because I only played the demo and I feel like, maybe I should play it a little bit more. But then at the same time, it's like I'm never gonna play this fucking piece of shit, so... I'm gonna go to my blog right now and add it and agree with this. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Like this, I agree, guys. I'm surprised the critic review was 65. I thought it was gonna be like 8. Maybe, oh, it's because it isn't Baldur's Gate 3, or it isn't woke enough. PlayStation. You played it for 5 hours and stopped? I played it for 1 hour and 15 minutes and I stopped. Oh, this deserves to be lower. Oh, come on. I played it. It deserves that, at least. Mediocre. Combat is basically spam files, steam, summon, Inheria, rinse, and repeat. Combat is just whatever in this fucking game. You don't need to go that deep and explain it in such an intellectual way. Just say it's fucking trash. Combat is just this now. It's bad. I did a review of this game. There's a I don't know. I don't remember when. What fucking video called 10 JRPGs that I think it was a video called Betrayed the Fans, or was it Failed My Expectations? I don't remember, but it was number 1. It was the number 1 game in that top 10 that I did like 1 or 2 years ago. And I wasn't like that. I didn't say that. You basically just spam soul, steal, summon, and Harrier. No, I was like, the combat is bad. It's bad. You need to know anything. Alright, guys. So, I gotta go now. That's it. This was another Q&A live stream. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it as always. Have a great weekend. And I will see you next time. Take care.